Greetings and welcome to Monster Legends, and another special feeding episode. This time we're going to be feeding a fellow that I got in a recent challenge. Ended up spending about 150 gems for him, so I hope he's worth it. This is Gorg. And Gorg is a legendary. Gorg is water. He's from the sea. He's with the evil legions, but he's very into family. And of course he's in a temporary book which is going to be going away in about a week or so, I believe. Unfortunately, Gorg showed up with a locked ruin slot, but it could have been worse. It could have been twice as worse. Alright, so we're going to find a spot for him. It's only temporary, but he'll get to be corrupted by these fellows for a while. Keep an eye on the leprechaun Gorg. Okay, that was quite interesting. I can't wait to see what that was. Alright, so where is he? He's in here somewhere. This is Granus. Probably give him another name. We'll come up with something else. Maybe I'll name him Arthur Curry. This is Gorg. Gorg is a legendary. Gorg is water. Gorg has a trait. He is immune to freeze, and he has a status cast of shock, which means he's going to put these torture effects shock on the other team. How very naughty of you, Gorg. How very naughty. Alright, let's take a look at his stats. His strength is pretty darn good, actually. Pretty darn good indeed. His life is very tanky. Not too bad at all. I believe he's supposed to be a damage dealer, so that's actually kind of meaty there. His speed is actually remarkably good. So these are some really, really good stats right here. Very good stats, and they're not inflated or anything. This is them. Alright, so let's take a look at his initial skills. Alright, Hunter Senses deals low physical damage to one enemy, and then we have Don't Spoil the Trophy, deals moderate water damage to one enemy. And I can't wait to see what this is. This is the special skill. Trophy Room Filler, deals massive water damage to all enemies, applies bleed to all enemies, gives 50% of stamina and one extra turn to itself. I was a little concerned about that because there was only one enemy on the other side of the field there, so I thought it was only targeting one individual, but it's not. Alright, so it's going to do massive water damage, going to make them bleed, and is it going to take their stamina away? I think it just gives him stamina and an extra turn. It doesn't state that it takes stamina away from them, so I'm assuming that it doesn't. Gorg is Crozorg and Frosika's father, but he's never around. He's a lonely creature who hunts eggs undersea for a living. He filled the Sea Ward of the Vistarium Exhibition Center with epic and legendary monsters almost single-handedly. Oh man, you hunt your own. You are an evil little guy. Oh, that's right, I forgot you're in Evil Legions, aren't you? But you're into family. You're into family. Of course, you're not really into family because you're never around. You abandon your children. You're evil. Oh, that's right, Evil Legions. We're back to that. Alright, so supposedly he's got some really good skills, so let's start seeing them. And the way we do that, of course, is we stuff tomatoes into him, right? So let's, okay, there we go. Final form. Okay, so there he is, and he's got his eggs with him. I guess that's like a harpoon gun? He's demonstrating. Alright, so let's go, because I want to see the skills. Let's go. Okay, level 7. Cyanine Harpoon removes positive stats effects from one enemy, deals moderate water damage to one enemy, 50% chance of applying poison and drown to one enemy. Okay, that's a lot for a first skill. Yeah, I take the 50% out, and that's better than a lot of individuals' final skill. Alright, but that's looking pretty good right there. If nothing else, it does take away positive status effects. Alright, so let's continue. I like the way we're starting here. Egg diving applies sea hater and precision to itself. Okay. I mean, he's in the sea. I don't know why. I guess maybe he's wearing that thing because he goes into the sea. He himself is not really a sea creature, I'm guessing. Alright, so let's continue to level 15. Another skill. Deep Sea Decoy deals moderate special damage to one enemy, applies guard down to one enemy. That has a 0 cooldown and a 0 stamina cost. Okay, well that's kind of interesting right there. I guess I'll throw it there for now. I don't know if I've ever seen that before on an attack. especially one that gives something very useful like guard down. Alright, so let's continue. Hopefully all his skills end up like that. Level 20. Cyanine Harpoon. Removes positive status effects from one enemy. Deals moderate water damage to one enemy. Applies poison to all enemies. Okay, so he's only hitting one individual, but he's giving poison to everybody. Alright, so why don't we just substitute, not that one. I don't know about that one. I haven't decided on that one yet. We'll have to see. But this one here, it's only a 50% chance. It's less damage. And, you know, the thing about it is I think this is a better one because, I mean, it's a single target hit, but it gives poison to everybody. So I think that's just more useful, right? So let's continue to level 25. Another skill. Bait to swallow. Deals moderate special damage to all enemies. Applies guard down to all enemies. Yeah, as good as this is, I just don't think I would keep it at this point. So I'm going to put this one in. Giving guard down to everybody is just really very good. Alright, so let's continue to level 30. Start with a bang. Deals heavy special damage to one enemy. Applies daze to one enemy. Gives one extra turn to itself. That's actually a really hard hit, and it just gives him his turn back. Alright, that's hard to say no to, really. I'm going to lose that for now. I'll probably lose it permanently. It's just that Sea Hater, precision is good, but Sea Hater, again, very specialized for an individual who has only 4 skills. This one over here, I can see being useful all the time, you know? I mean, you do a heavy attack, and then you get another turn. I mean, can you beat that one? I don't think so. Let's go. To level 35. Blunt Harpoon. Removes positive status effects from one enemy. Deals massive water damage to one enemy. Applies stun to one enemy. That's a good skill. That's a good skill. That one poisons everybody. That's an extra turn. Alright. I have an idea that it's going to be hard to keep that. But for now, I'm going to put it there. Yeah, I might have a problem trying to pick what I want to use with him, right? Alright, so let's continue. Probably like 2 left. I would guess we have 2 left. Whale Hunter. Applies Sea Hater to itself. Applies precision to itself. Gives extra turn to itself. Oh, okay. That's tricky. See, I didn't like the... I even held my tongue. I was thinking, well, if you give me that and give me an extra turn so I can immediately use it and then go in, that would be good. But now you give it to me and I don't think I can take it. I'm going to hold on to that one for now, and we'll just see what else we get, because I think we have one more skill left, so let's just see what we get. I'm guessing we have one more left. Egg diving. No, that's definitely not that one. Alright, so let's continue to level 50. Whale Hunter, that's the one we just said no to. Am I going to keep getting those over and over again? I hope not, but it doesn't really matter. We can go looking for it, right? No. That's the 50% chance, right? And level 60. Alright, I'm just going to go looking because I do believe that there should be one more. Well, I guess maybe not. Oh no, there we go. Bolas Harpoon. Removes positive status effects from one enemy. Deals heavy water damage to one enemy. Applies drown to all enemies. Alright, so that's the one that I didn't get. It's kind of like the poison, only it does the same thing. It hits one individual and makes them all drown. All right, and it's a 1-round cooldown too. All right, so he's got a lot of heavy damage hits like that. Can I keep this one? Can I legitimately keep this one? All right, so this one here, it's massive damage and it's a stun. But it's actually, that might be his best damage right there. All right, this one, of course, is group damage. It's kind of low, though. It says moderate, but it's really on the low end of moderate. But it does guard down on everybody. Do I want him doing that, though? All right, this is the moderate water damage, but it poisons everybody and it removes positive status effects. Very useful. Which would I go with? If I had to choose one, I guess I would have to take drowned, because drowned is not as common as poisoning. But do I want both of them? All right, and this one here, It's really hard not to keep this one right now because it's a heavy damage hit. It's only daze, but it does give you an extra turn. So you're going to get 2 hits in. You could start with this one and then maybe go with the other one, you know, another hit that's also going to poison or drown everybody. I'm thinking I take this one out because the thing about it is that it's low damage and he's a damage dealer. All right, so what if I was to do this? All right, what am I leaving behind? Obviously, I'm leaving that one behind. All right, Whale Hunter, right. It's too specific, and considering how many skills that I have, it's just a problem, isn't it? Yeah, group version of that would have been nice without the 50%, but that would have been pretty powerful. And that one right there, really interesting. But, you know, the thing about it is we got some strong ones here. All right. Okay, so let's take a look at his skills. Oh, wow, he's got some good stuff going here. The strength is really good. His life is really good. His speed is really good. So he is a monster indeed. Okay, so let's take a look at the final skills that I chose. There were options here, weren't there? And I could very well change my mind regarding some of these. All right, so let's start with this one. Bolas Harpoon removes positive status effects from one enemy, deals massive water damage to one enemy, applies stun. All right, so this one is his biggest single target damage, right? And it's going to remove positive status effects. So if the individual has shielding or something, it's going to take the shield off before doing the damage. So it's take the shield off, take regeneration off, whatever is positive, right? And then it's going to do massive water damage and attempt to stun them. So, and it's a 1-round cooldown, so you could do this every other round if you wanted to. Pretty good. In the context of what else he has, this is, I guess this is the single control one he's got. The other ones are more inclined for damage, not because of the direct damage, this is his best direct damage, because the other ones, a couple of the other ones have torture effects attached to them. All right, let's look at the first one. Bolas Harpoon removes positive status effects from one enemy, deals heavy water damage to one enemy, applies drown to all enemies. All right, once again, this is a 1-round cooldown. So you're not really going to hurt him very much by resetting his cooldowns. Matter of fact, he had one skill that I didn't take where it was a 0 stamina cost and a 0 cooldown. You really want to work something like that in, but you have to take away good skills for that. I mean, if everything is a 1-round cooldown or a 2-round cooldown, he's not going to be too affected by that. So, you know, he charges for 1 round and that's about it. All right, then we have this one. This is very similar to the last one. Is it the same damage? It's less damage. I would be more inclined to get rid of this one then. It does less physical damage and it's poison. All right, well, let's talk about it. This is Cyanine Harpoon. Removes positive status effects from one enemy, deals moderate water damage to one enemy, applies poison to all enemies. Like I said, I would definitely get rid of this one before this one. Because, you know, poisoning is pretty common in terms of torture effects. It's a good one, but it's pretty common. Drowned is not very common. So he might very well be in a group with somebody who can poison, making this skill not really as useful. So it's something to take into consideration, and I will in terms of the testing. But anyway, this one is good, but like I said, it's going to hit one individual. It's just going to be moderate damage, high moderate damage. It's going to take away positive status effects. Again, his damage skills seem to do that, don't they? And that's okay. And then it is going to apply poison to all enemies. So unless they're immune or they resist it, they're going to get poisoned. And then we have this one. Start with a bang. Deals heavy special damage to one enemy, applies daze to one enemy. Okay, just those two things you'd say, well, why do you want to take that? Well, it's because of the next line. Gives one extra turn to itself, which means he's going to be able to do this heavy special hit. Apply daze, you know, not one of my favorite things, but it can help a bit. Apply daze to the enemy, but then he's going to be able to do something else. Yeah, I mean, that's actually pretty good indeed. It's a free hit. So it's a little hard to say no to that one, you know? I mean, it's only daze, but it is a little hard to say no to that. Now, I did have to give up some very interesting things, and I'm still looking at this one to say, do I really want that? it's a good skill, but I left some good skills behind, including a group guard down, which is very useful. And there were a couple of other things too, including one that gave him Sea Hater with an extra turn on it. Something you might want to throw in certain situations. Remember, you can change skills for no cost, so you could do that. If you have him in a war and somebody from sea is in there, you might want to throw that in. Could end up being useful. Yeah, of the skills that I selected, this one right here is the one that I'm kind of like, should I trade that out? Should I not trade that out? You know what? I might just test that in the testing session, which is probably going to be tomorrow. Anyway, he is very good. Very good. He does pretty good damage there. Some of his skills are heavy damage. That's obviously very heavy damage right there. That's massive damage, right? This one here is heavy. This one here is also heavy. This one's moderate, but you know, the thing about it is still, he does damage with the torture effects as well. And he's got the stun going, and then he's got the daze, but he's got the extra turn going. So he does benefit from strength. It'd be hard to not take advantage of that speed, though. You know, he's got really good speed, so it's kind of tempting to take advantage of that. Have him going a lot and doing the torture effects and maybe putting the guard down on too. That's the one I'm leaning towards right now. But I would say strength and speed are pretty much you're going to do that. And what do you do with the last one? Do you put a support speed on there to make the team go faster? Maybe you want to put a life on him because he's going to have a good life, make him really hard to kill, or you could always double down on the strength or the speed, depending on what you want to do. Me, myself, I'm thinking a big old strength, nice speed on him, single target speed. I might put a support speed on him. I'm going to have to think about that. So I might actually put a second speed on him or a support speed. That's kind of what I'm thinking because he does have a really good speed. And he does do some extra turn stuff too. And he's got torture effects. And he can do guard down if you put it on there. Yeah, I mean, he would probably benefit from speed because he's got the kind of skills that would benefit from that. Anyway, this is Gorg, and Gorg is very, very good. Very good indeed, and I can't wait to start testing with them, and that is very likely going to be tomorrow. So anyway, thank you very much for your attention. I really appreciate it, and play games because games are fun. See ya.